Of course, welcome in our subject which is S120 or also known as the Technology for Teaching and Learning 2. So it is more focused on science education. How could we be able to utilize technology in teaching science? That is why, without further ado, let me welcome you first. Welcome students! And of course, I'm very much happy na nakayanan ninyo ang last semester because this semester, we will make your learning fun. We will focus more on what? Application rather than learning the mere theories. Because what matters most here is you already practice how to make use technology in your future career. And of course, again and again, let me introduce first myself. So by the way, I am Mark John M. Martinez, 22 years of age. And of course, if you have questions, queries, you want to send something to me, and of course, I do have my email account, my institutional account, which is mjmartinez at ascat.edu.ph. And of course, with my contact number, 09123144 And of course, if you want to contact me via my phone number, please text beforehand, introduce first your name, your section, and of course your reason why you want to call sa ako. Okay? So, that's my profile. And of course, let's get to know the course description of our subject. So, TTL2, or Technology for Teaching and Learning 2, is a 3-unit course which will focus on the application, design, production, utilization, and evaluation of information communication technology or ICT. That is why we will focus more on designing, creating, more on application tayo, that is according to Bloom's taxonomy. And now, materials for teaching and learning in science education. The major requirement of this course is an ICT integrated and project learning plan aligned to the K-12 curriculum. All the learning activities and course requirements will revolve around the student-teacher developed learning plan. So, of course, when I talk about a learning plan, it is a lesson plan. But I know there will be a twist if we go with our discussion. That is why you need to stay tuned. And of course, for you to get acquainted with the topics, so here are actually konti lang yung topics natin. We only have 5 modules. So, ito sila. So, we have Module 1, Learning Plans in the Context of the K-21st Century. So, we will be tackling about the K-12 curriculum. Module 2, Integrating Active Learning Approaches in Science. So, of course, I know that you are on your third year as a college student, but of course, there is always a room wherein you need to learn more about the theories when it comes to learning. And of course, Module 3, rather, using open-ended tools in facilitating science learning. So I'm quite excited here because we will be using application, software, and of course, some websites. And of course, we have Module 4, Producing Learner Resources Using Technology Tools. So of course, ito na yung pinakamaganda because you will be applying what you learned from the previous module. And of course, using technology tools to collaborate and share resources among communities and practice. Okay, so you know what? As I go over with our topic, I find it interesting, most especially right now that we have this pandemic, we have this flexible learning, we have this distance education. That is why it is really important for you to get acquainted with what is or how to utilize technology, particularly in education. And now for our grading system, So of course, the same with last semester, but of course, instead of merely using 60%, it was subdivided into outputs, reports, projects. By the way, we will be having a video discussion, or I will be grouping you. So therefore, that will really serve as your project for the midterm. Later on, I'll be creating a separate video about that one. Okay, and of course, we also have quizzes or performance tasks, that is 40%, and of course for your project 20%. And of course we also have term exams. We have the midterm and final term. Okay, and of course, pardon me for having this, what we call this one, gipaningot na ko, because it's quite hot in here and daghan ko'y katol-katol. Okay, so that will be our grading system in this semester. And now let's proceed to this one, rules and regulation. I really do hope that you'll get yourself acquainted with the rules. Why? Because it is really important, most especially right now, that we cannot physically interact with each other. Okay. So first and foremost, you need to be what? Be respectful. So, I have a meme here. Kapag crush kita, crush mo din dapat ako. Respeto, be. Di ba? So, of course, if you respect yourself, therefore, you know how to respect others. And if you respect others, other people will respect you also. It is some sort of give and take relationship. That is why, what is the thing that I am pointing here? You need to respect your classmates. I know each one of us, we are entitled with our own opinion. And of course, you need to respect your instructor. Therefore, if you have problems with your teacher, settle it first with your teacher. Raise your concerns before you go to other people talking back or talking behind your teacher. Hindi na siya maayo. So, please be respectful. And of course, we have this one. Your road. Umayos ka, padampot kita. Your road, Rico Duterte. Good. So, ano bang ibig sabihin ng meme na to? You need to be aware of your strong language. That is why in our GC or even in your outputs, you need to avoid all caps because some sort of intense na siya. And of course, avoid putting exclamation points. I know there are some judgment pa karon, but you need to be mindful in using what? In using punctuation marks. And we also have this one. Pogi, kagaya ko. Be careful with your humor and sarcasm because not all of us, we do really have our own tea. So therefore, maybe for you, it's quite nakakatawa, but for some others, they are offended na. Most especially right now in our GC, we need to be mindful na mabasa na sa inyong teacher, mabasa po na sa inyong mga classmates. And of course, we have right now, what is the correct judgment term for the millionaire? A, B, C, or D? In short, ano ibig sabihin yan? Yes, grammar and spelling matter or matters. Why? Because sometimes people do what? Mag-judgmon og type. Please, let's practice ourselves. Kung dito magpaka-judgmon, most especially in our GC. So like for example, last semester, nag-message ako Sir, nag-send na you? Please. Ayun tawon. And of course, unlike everyone, I get my news from from a reliable source. Bikini ba? Please, for example, we have this some sort of essay. If that certain paragraph does it came from you, di na imo personal, therefore you need to cite sources. Or even in your report or in your video discussion, you need to cite the sources. Where did you get that certain information? Yes, no to fake news tayo dito. And how about this one? Meme. Share ko lang. Flex ko lang. Don't post or share even privately inappropriate material because last semester naka-experience yun ko na dyan mga estudyante nga mag-send og kada mga picture nga magpa-like. Of course, Except po, if it is school related, okay ra kayo nasa kuha. Pero kanang sa mga, sorry to mention this one, kanang bitaw sa mga barangay nga ipalike, please ayo in taon na inyo buhat sa itong GC. And of course, don't abuse the chat box. I understand nga there are some of you, yes, I know, most of you, please, ayun no, in taon niyo mo ang personal nga messageanan na to ang chat box. Like for example, this one. Pwede mang ligaw, hindi pwede. Prince na lang, good morning. Please. And of course, we have this one. Ano nangyari? Backread ka naman! Attempt to find your own answer. Because sometimes, ato ang mga estudyante or ang mga estudyante karon is di sila ganahan mag-unsa man. They are not fond of backread. That is why, bisan pag natubag na ni teacher ang pangutana na pud gyapon utro kay tapulan mo backread. Pero kung message sa uyab, i-backread og taman. Okay? So that is why here in our class, please do practice nga mag-backread. And of course, matuto kang gumalang sa nakakaganda sa iyo. Or in short, set a respectful tone. For example, like this one, I know there are some students right now na they are quite used to kanang mo message ra kalit sa ako ami ra kalito kana. Hi sir, nakoy ask. Medyo makakuan siya gamay because I think as a student we need to set respectful tone, most especially you will be soon, you'll be teachers. That is why you need to set a respectful tone. How to set respectful tone? Make use of po and opo and don't forget the proper courtesy, making use of sir, Mr., Miss. Yun. And of course, submit files the right way. And of course, in submitting your files, don't worry. On each activity, I'll be including it in your instruction what will be the file name of your output. And aside from that one, in messaging also your instructor, please, most especially PM, not all of you ay kakilala namin. Ang uban sa inyo nag-glow up, so di na may kaila. So therefore, in messaging us, please include your first name, your course section, and now your concern. Because not all of your concern is dapat na mo tubagon. Yes. And pinakalas, be kind and professional. I know that soon you will be future teachers. That is why, diri pa lang daan sa eskwelahan, i-practice na na. And of course, for the major requirement of our subject, so of course, for midterm, you will be creating your video discussion. Let's try and see on what particular level you know how to use technology, integrating it in education. So you'll be creating a vlog, or shall I say video discussion, which includes what? Your PPT, and of course handouts. Don't worry, it will be done by group. And also, I think large group yan. Not merely a large group, basta maraming member yan. Minimum, I think 10. So, just wait for my list sa inyong group. And of course, you'll need to create a handout for the benefit of your classmates. And of course, for the final, ICT integration and project-based learning plan. So, of course, nakita niyo ganina, we only have 5 module, 5 unit, kanang 5 main topics. So I bet we could really finish it before midterm or even after midterm. Mauman na to siya sa'yo. Therefore, we will focus more on, as what I said earlier, application. So, any question or clarification? Napa ba? So if you have question or clarification, please comment on the comment section below. Okay? And of course, I know you are quite excited with our subject. So, see you in our virtual meeting. I will be the one who will schedule it next week. That is why, please get ready. So it will just gonna be a brief talk, share lang. So what will be the thing or ano yung mga mangyayari sa subject natin. Okay? So I'll be using a Google Meet or Zoom. Okay? So, thank you so much for, of course, allotting your time for watching this orientation video. And of course, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and of course, subscribe on my channel. Again, this is Mark John M. Martinez, your pogging instructor. Bye.